What's up, guys? I'm Mike from StockedUp, and welcome back to the Stocks with Mike and Tom show. We had a crazy day in the market. We had a huge bounce with the S&P 500, and we saw GME stock just explode up over 105% today. This thing opened right around, what is that, $44 and ran all the way up to 128 in after hours. And we actually played this one today. So we have a ton of news, a ton of information, and a ton of plays in this video. Make sure to stick around for the end. We have a lot of great information. And if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe. But with that being said, Tom, let's get right into today's video.
Yeah, GME did go absolutely insane. It's up over 100%, like you said. And I'm not sure if this had anything to do with the movement or not, but CNBC reports that sources familiar with the matter told Business Insider that CFO Jim Bell did not leave willingly and was pushed out by Ryan Cohen, co-founder of Chewy, ticker symbol CHWY, and also GameStop board member. And he's also recently came onto the board. And I'm not sure if this had anything to do with GameStop going up, but you can see it gained a lot of hype at the end of the day and went up quite a bit. And like you said, we played this one, and Mike, you called out one of the best plays I think we've ever called out. It went up over 800% within just 1 hour, and it started out at around $400 on a GME call and ended up over $3,700 by the end. And also now in after hours, it went up to 128 and it's hovering around 109. So it's going to be up a little bit more if it can hold these levels and actually open up around 109 tomorrow for us. But man, that's an awesome call out. One of the best ones I think we've ever had. Just an amazing snipe.
Yeah, this was today was definitely an interesting day, and it was probably the best call out we've ever had. Like you said, I was alerted at around $400, and actually GME was halted to the end of the day, but during market hours it ran up to $3,740, and in after hours this thing might be worth what, $4,000 or $5,000. So it was just a crazy play overall, just crazy play, and it was one of the best. If you guys want to follow some of the plays that Tom and I trade every single day, you can click the first link in the description down below. But this was one really crazy play. It was definitely the best play we've ever had. I mean, most times, we'll take profits at 10 or 20%, but overall, it was a solid play.
Yeah, I really liked it. And just one other thing to go ahead and get into is that the market overall today recovered very nicely. We can see that at open, this is S&P 500 futures right here. The futures actually started to really go down at open, and then right after that, they just tanked and broke highs again. And if we go to the daily chart, the S&P 500 is moving up towards highs, and the Dow, which is /YM, actually made a pretty significant new high today, moving closely to $32,000 on the Dow, which is going to pose a pretty good level in the short term, I think, for us. But hopefully the Dow can keep breaking new highs. It's just very nice to see. Like we talked about in other videos, there's some stocks like Caterpillar that just continue to break new highs, and these are members of the Dow, and that shows why the Dow is breaking highs. And for a while, we had the QQQ breaking new highs, and now it looks like the Dow is starting to recover. And this is very nice. And also, Powell spoke today and said that rates will remain around zero, which also helped a lot of stocks in the Dow and just a lot of stocks overall. That helped them to go to the upside. If we go to my watch list on the left, we can see that almost every stock was green today, besides a few like Facebook, Apple, and GLD, which it was pretty surprising to see Apple and Facebook fall, but they still looked pretty strong at the end of the day.
For sure. So we had a really crazy day today. So like you talked about what's going on with Powell, we have the Dow exploding. The market had a really great bounce compared to the movement we saw, yesterday. Overall, just a lot of things going on. And didn't Bitcoin have some movement too?
Yeah, Bitcoin did break back above $50,000 today. I believe Riot ended up closing up over 7%. It did a lot better in the morning than it did throughout the day. But, Bitcoin coming up above 50,000 again, that's pretty good. Hopefully, it can stick around these levels. A lot of people are saying it might start to pull back now, but the thing is it had highs around 58,000. So hopefully it can kind of retest that before it comes back.
Awesome. So I was looking at Moderna, ticker symbol mRNA. It's down about 3.5% today, but had actually a really big pop in after hours. What's going on there?
Yeah, CNBC reports that Moderna said that they shipped new doses to the NIH of their new COVID vaccine that should actually be more effective against the South African variant. And this is pretty significant. That South African variant is said to be a little bit worse, and it should transmit more easily. And that's the big problem with it. But, we can see Moderna did pop. It didn't break the highs of yesterday at all yet, but hopefully it can kind of break maybe 157 tomorrow, and we could play it for a good play to the upside. I do like the move on it, and this is pretty good news saying that they shipped this to the NIH, which will actually kind of start testing it a little bit more. And if that does end up getting approved, then that could actually help Moderna in the short term. And we can see that Moderna is starting to turn back to the downside, and they might start to retest lows around 120 or even $100 at the worst case, I would think. But hopefully this news can help them turn around.
Awesome. So, Tom, today's a pretty significant day for earnings. Can you pull up the calendar or update us? What's going on? I know we have Redfin reporting later, and I can even see NVIDIA trending up slightly in after hours.
Yeah, Nvidia is doing pretty good in after hours. They actually report in a little while, in about 30 minutes, but they are going up into earnings, which was nice to see. And like we said, we might be able to make a little play going up into earnings. I'm not sure I would hold these options through the earnings, but Redfin, which was RDFN, this stock is starting to go down. Their EPS was actually a little bit worse than their estimate, which is probably why they're going down, but they're not getting hurt too bad. They're only down a couple of points right now, and they're not breaking below the low of today yet. But if they break below $86, I would think that it would be a little bit more significant. But as far as the other earnings go, there's just a whole lot of stuff. We had Jumia report this morning, Overstock report this morning, which also had a lot of movement. And tomorrow we have Moderna, which is mRNA report, which also just reported that new clinical trial with that new vaccine for the African agent of COVID. So hopefully that can help Moderna tomorrow. But Plug Power, Salesforce, RKT, Hunter's favorite tomorrow, is going to be reporting. Hopefully that can go up for him. DraftKings and Kronos on Friday. But it's just, like you said, it's a very interesting week with earnings. Best Buy also reports tomorrow before open. So watch out for that one. A lot of those smaller cap stocks started to go up, like GameStop and AMC. So maybe Best Buy can also go up tomorrow. But man, there's just been so many earnings. Overstock also reported today, which was OSTK, and they took a pretty big hit today, falling from $90 in after hours yesterday all the way down to $71 at lows today.
Yeah, so it's a lot of movement. Like you said, Overstock had some huge movement today. What'd you say? Down about 17%. Pretty bad drop overall. But with that being said, let's get right into our Discord member of the day and then the momentum plays. So our member of the day is Piper. So Piper is always super positive in the Discord, and she's always leaving great comments on the videos. Comments really help grow our channel. So thank you so much, Piper, for all of your support. Tom and I really appreciate it. Now for the momentum plays for tomorrow. With the first one, we have BBBY. So this one is up about 5.5% today. Bed Bath & Beyond, it is kind of one of those meme stocks, you could say, but what levels should we be watching?
Yeah, this one kind of followed GameStop up. Make it break above 28.51, which was the high in after hours.
All right, with the next one, we have MasterCard up about 5% today. Visa and MasterCard have been doing pretty well lately.
Yeah, with MasterCard, make them pop above 369.
All right, and then the last one, we have Boeing up about 8%.
Yeah, this one has been pretty surprising to me, but make them move above $230. And the big reason that they didn't fall off of that bad news was because that they pretty much weren't the makers of those engines, and they just pretty much said that it was the engine maker's fault.
Gotcha. Well, now let's get right into our unusual options activity for this week. We are looking at the AMC $9 calls that expire this Friday, February 26th. Overall, there was about $7.6 million put into this play. We could see AMC close at around $9 today. Already in after hours, it's at $9.50. It has some momentum running up. This is a super risky play, as is GME and all these other hype stocks. Really, it's just really going to be a coin flip tomorrow. There's a lot of hype building up. We could see just the way GME closed. There's so much money and momentum flowing into these plays. but these stocks can fall just as easy as they rose. And, I'm one who bought and is holding a GME call. So just know that it's a risky setup. Anything can happen, but with the way the momentum and the money's flowing right now, it looks like AMC is probably going to keep going up.
Yeah, the after hours movement is amazing. I really hope it can break above 983 tomorrow and push above $10. That would be awesome. These people, whoever put $7 million into these calls earlier, they're definitely happy right now with this after hours movement. You can see if they would have gotten in maybe at around 2:50 Central Time or 3:50 Eastern Time, it could have, they might have gotten into a bad spot and then they were down, but at least they're happy with the after hours movement. I do like this stock tomorrow to the upside. Like you said, it just looks like a fantastic setup, as well as GME did.
For sure. Well, let's get right into our questions from the previous episode. With the first question, we have Outlaw saying, Yo, Mike and Tom, happy Taco Tuesday. What a crazy day. What's your opinion on SRNE? So let's take a look. We could see right now it's trading for around $11. About a year ago, it was trading for around $1.50. Looks like it's trending up pretty nice right now. If we look at like a max weekly chart, let's take a look. It looks okay. I don't know. What do you think about this one?
Yeah, I like a shorter term support here actually at $10 on the daily chart. There's a lot of resistance at $10, and as well as on the intraday chart, there's also a lot of resistance around that $10.75 mark, maybe to $11 as well. I think that this could be a pretty good stock over the next couple of days. We'll just have to see how it goes, but generally it's pretty low price, and the movement is not my favorite, especially on the daily.
Gotcha. With the next question, we have TV saying, how do you feel about SBE and Airbnb for the super long term? So I think they're okay to have in your portfolio, but just not a ton. Like, don't weight them a ton. And this is just my opinion. Of course, always trust your gut. But I really like DraftKings for the long term. I like ZM for the long term. And I think we have a really unique opportunity right now with CCIV. So this is a stock doing the deal with Lucid, and they're actually down about 18.5% today. And I'm going to be looking to sell some cash secured puts on this. Basically, I'm going to try and maybe sell. I haven't figured it out 100% yet, but if we see CCIV fall tomorrow, the puts are obviously going to go up, most likely. And then that'll present a pretty solid opportunity to grab some shares for the long term at an amazing price through the form of cash secured puts. Do you have any like specific stocks or anything you're seeing for the long term, Tom?
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually liking a lot of the cruise lines right now, like CCL, NCLH, and I'm also liking Boeing and Lockheed Martin. And with Lockheed Martin, I think that one's about my favorite one. If I go to the max daily chart here, we can see it's kind of forming a little W formation here on the 1,000 SMA, which I really like. It's hit that in the past a few times and then went up. Hopefully, it can just keep going up here. Boeing is also looking good on the daily. It had a pretty big green candle today. It might not be the best to sell any puts on right now. It might be best to start getting some shares, but I do like it for the longer term. And if you do sell some puts, maybe the 220s wouldn't be too bad. A few weeks ago, whenever Boeing was at like 210, the 200 or 205 puts were amazing. If a lot of people would have taken advantage of those, but I think those are my favorite stocks here. Are a lot of these stocks that are still due to go ahead and recover more, like CCL, UAL, DAL, even NCLH. What was that one? UAL actually just broke above a long-term trend today, which was nice to see. So hopefully these stocks can start to recover back up to their pre-virus highs, like around $80 on UAL.
Awesome. With the next question, we have Mento saying, Hey, Mike and Tom, can you please share your thoughts on SPLK for the short slash long term? Thank you. So, SPLK is it's a big data company, software company. It's great sector for the long term. And they're actually a pretty solid company. I can see them falling a little bit more, though, for the short term. They also have earnings coming up. Let's see. They have earnings coming up on March 3rd. So I like them, but I think I would just like to get them at a lower price. Do you have any levels or any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, there's actually a pretty large resistance at the $15 mark. It's hit it a couple times in the past and went down. If it does go up above $15, you might want to get in. It's trending well above the 1,000 SMA and it bounced off of it significantly on the daily chart a little while ago. And you can see how defined that bounce really was. But I would say just make it break above 15. If it can break above there, then I think you'll be pretty golden in the short term. But like you said, it does kind of look like it's starting to trend back down.
For sure. With the next question, we have Kay saying, "Thanks for taking a look at ABBV. I felt strongly about the play, still holding it, even though the market's pretty crazy right now. Mike and Tom, what do you think about Peloton? PTON. I see it's oversold. Looking for a possible reversal play." All right. So Tom, what are you seeing?
Yeah, I'm actually hold on. I'm just clearing my drawings really quick. I had 1,000 drawings up there, but I actually like it off of the support here around 112. I like that as a pretty defined level. But the thing is, it is starting to move down below the 100 SMA. I would not be surprised if it's still pulled back a little bit, but this company was still due to have some pretty good growth over the longer term. It might not be a bad time to start buying some puts on this. You know, the highs were at 170, now we're at 120, so that's around $50 away. Not a terrible not a terrible pickup for shares by any means. And if you were going to sell some puts, maybe the 115s or the 110s might be pretty good.
Gotcha. So you're looking to maybe sell puts, not buy them?
Yeah, maybe sell some puts in the shorter term. If you wanted to buy some, I think you could. If you go to the short term, it is starting to move below the 100 SMA. If it breaks below like 119, I think you could buy some puts. But I'm not going to swing these for very long. I would only try to get in for a couple of points, like maybe from 119 down to like 114, or even maybe down to retest 112.
Gotcha. So I like it for the long term, but I also think you could pull back a little more. I do like it. Like I said, I think it's a pretty solid company and they have a lot of room for growth. But I think it can fall a little bit more, maybe down to 105. That would be great. Maybe even 100 if we're lucky, but we'll see what happens. But Tom, do you have any last minute stocks, options, or any insight for the market for tomorrow?
You know, my last thoughts are really going to be about GameStop. That was an amazing call by you, Mike. I mean, you really sniped this. That was an amazing play. Check out the link below. Get in our Discord, guys. These are some amazing plays. Holy wow, GameStop's up to 146 now in after hours. That call is going to be up a lot more than 800% tomorrow if GameStop can open up at these levels, Mike. These are some insane movements that we're seeing out of these stocks.
Yeah, today was a crazy day for sure. It was a great day for GameStop and everything. We called it out today, and we're still holding half the position. So overall, pretty solid play. I'm just excited for tomorrow, but I'm trying not to get too hyped up because this thing can fall just as quick as it rose. So overall, I'm very excited. If you guys want to trade with Tom and I every single day, you can click the first link in the description down below. And if you have any questions, let us know in the comments down below. And if you guys are new here, don't forget to subscribe. We post brand new videos every single day. But other than that, thanks for watching.